Can I ask you a question?
Sure, ask me.
What the hell do we want to go to Texas for and haul beer back here? What is that?
For the good old American life. For the money, for the glory, and for the fun. Mostly for the money.
I'm really sorry about that, little lapse, officer. Normally I drive right around the speed limit.
We all make mistakes, miss, but 160? That's a little more than a lapse.
It's movie night at the Silver Age Cinema. Burt Reynolds is behind the wheel in 2 highway comedies, Smokey and the Bandit, a good old-fashioned beer run, and the Cannonball Run, a coast-to-coast outlaw race. But first... Deep in the American South, 2 good old boys take a wild bet to haul a truckload of illegal Coors beer across the lines in record time. One drives the semi, the other races ahead in a black Trans Am to keep the law chasing the wrong car.
Bandit, is that your name or your profession?
That's my handle.
The run is going smooth until a runaway bride jumps in for the ride.
This is Sheriff Buford T. Justice. Hello, it's the Bandit.
Now the sheriff chasing them isn't just mad about the beer. He's chasing the man who stole his son's bride. Now the chase is on.
I'm eastbound, just watch old Bandit run.
Hal Needham directs Smokey and the Bandit, turning a simple beer run into a high-speed chase. He'd reunite with Burt Reynolds the very next year for Hooper, another stunt world crowd pleaser. Smokey and the Bandit became a massive hit, ending up as the second highest grossing movie of 1977, right behind a tiny movie called Star Wars. 70s icon Burt Reynolds stars as the Bandit, a charming outlaw who treats the highway like it's his playground. Oscar winner Sally Field plays Frog, a runaway bride who jumps into Bandit's wild ride. Country legend Jerry Reed is the Snowman, the trucker hauling the Coors with Fred riding the shotgun. And honeymooner Jackie Gleason plays Sheriff Buford T. Justice, the furious lawman chasing Bandit across the South. Here's some words from the real Buford T. Justice this movie was based on.
Now, this is Sheriff Buford T. Justice. And I gotta tell you about that whole movie escapade, Smokey and the Bandit. Now, I had myself a high-speed pursuit that took me across several states chasing after that Mr. Bandit maniac driver. But let me tell you something. What you saw on that screen wasn't just a movie. That was me doing my duty, showing the world what a real law enforcement officer looks like. When you got grit, determination, and a whole lot of busted bumpers. Nah, how's that for a high-speed pursuit?
What the hell?
So let me get this straight. They're committing felonies and risking jail for Coors? What the hell? Anyway, back to my... Not pale ale? Back to my review. Smokey and the Bandit is pure good old boys action comedy. Truck stops, CB radios, roadside diners, and a Trans Am tearing across the South. There's barely a story holding it together. The whole thing is basically a long chase to get a truckload of Coors across state lines.
We're gonna drive from here to Texarkana, Texas, and back to here in 28 hours.
It's only 900 miles there and 900 miles back.
Well, for your information, that ain't never been done, not no rig.
Stop thinking so negative, son. Of course we can make it. We ain't never not made it yet, have we?
Well, no.
You see?
The movie moves fast, the jokes fly,
Sorry, I don't want to get married.
Terrific. That makes 2 of us.
and it has that laid-back energy where it feels like everyone's just having a blast. Hal Needham wrote and directed it. A lot of the comedy came from the improvising and ad-libbing on set. This is prime Burt Reynolds. The smirk, the swagger, he's effortlessly cool. Sally Field keeps right up with him, and since the two were dating at the time, their chemistry jumps off the screen.
Hey, would a cop taking a leak on the side of the road interest you?
He's taking a 10-100.
Well, at least it's better than a 10-200.
Jackie Gleason nearly steals the whole movie with one legendary rant after another. Jerry Reed, Pat McCormick, and Paul Williams round out these country legends.
Oh, I love your suits. It must be a bitch getting a size 68 extra fat and a 12 dwarf.
The whole thing rolls along like the CB chatter promises. A slap-bang 1,800-mile road chase that jams all 40 channels with laughs. The movie was such a hit, it spawned 2 sequels, though the original one is the only one that matters. Hal Needham asked Jerry Reed to write a theme song for the movie. Reed wrote "Eastbound and Down" in 4 hours, and Hal loved it. The song became one of Reed's biggest hits and later inspired the TV show Eastbound and Down. Needham began his career stunt doubling for Burt early in his career, and their real-life actor and stuntman friendship inspired the dynamic between Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. My enjoyment rating for this good old boys movie is an A-.
What we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law.
Across the open highways of America, a wild underground race kicks off from the East Coast to California.
California, here we come!
No rules, no speed limits, and one simple goal: reach the finish line first.
Are you one of those volleyballers?
Cannonballs.
A colorful mix of drivers hit the road in everything from souped-up sports cars to outrageous disguises, all trying to outrun the clock and dodge the police. The faster they go, the crazier the race becomes, and by the time the finish line comes into view, the whole country is along for the ride. Hal Needham is back to direct the Cannonball Run, turning a coast-to-coast outlaw race into pure stunt-driven fiasco. He'd later make Rad a BMX cult favorite. Needham even sneaks into the movie 4 different times, including a quick appearance during the bloopers at the end. Hollywood legend Burt Reynolds is J.J. McClure, a wisecracking racer blasting across the country with a grin and a heavy foot. James Bond himself, Roger Moore, plays Seymour Goldfarb Jr., a rich driver convinced he's actually Roger Moore. Charlie's Angel Farrah Fawcett is Pamela Glover, the glamorous partner riding shotgun in the fake ambulance. And comedy legend Dom DeLuise plays Victor Prinzem, a mild-mannered passenger who might be dealing with a case of split personality.
What the hell?
What the hell? Captain Chaos charges in like some kind of superhero. But I bet his kryptonite is tying his own shoes. Anyway, back to my review. The Cannonball Run is pure old-school action comedy built around one ridiculous idea: a cross-country race where the only goal is getting to that finish line before the cops catch you. The movie runs on loose improv comedy and a stacked cast of legends clearly having a blast. Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise drive the whole thing, and their chemistry is half the movie.
You all right, Victor? Oh, I'm fine, JJ. It only hurts when I point. Maybe it would have been better if you didn't pay so much attention to those girls. Nobody's perfect. That's true.
Around them, the movie keeps tossing in familiar faces: Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. wandering in from a Vegas lounge, Roger Moore as a James Bondish version of himself,
I'm Roger Moore.
Roger
Plus sexy Adrienne Barbeau, early Jackie Chan, hilarious Jamie Farr, and plenty of others popping in along the way.
Holy shit.
Speaking of, here's Jamie Farr with the celebrity shoutout.
Hi, Stephen. This is Jamie Farr from the Cannonball Run films. You know, the critics actually hated it. We got terrible reviews, but the public absolutely loved it. And it was so much fun working with all of those people on the series.
The action is old school stunt driving. Lots of real cars tearing down highways, and it gives the whole thing that dusty late 70s road trip vibe. It's messy, it's goofy, and it proudly leans into the idea that this is the race that proves you'll never make it without breaking the law. The movie is based out of a real outlaw cross-country race. Director Hal Needham even entered the race himself in the same ambulance used in the film. Needham also had the idea to run bloopers during the closing credits. Jackie Chan took that idea with him and later made it a tradition in many of his own movies. My enjoyment rating for this chaotic road trip movie is a B+.
You may be a little overqualified for this job.
Because if I had enough time, I would take those rosary bleeds and stuff them up your nose.
These bleeds?
Those bleeds there.
You gonna take these and shove them up?
I'd take these bleeds here.
I'm going to the concession stand. You boys want something?
I have a couple of cheeseburgers to go and a glass of iced tea.
How about you, Sheriff?
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
Before I go get a sandwich, I want to thank y'all for stopping by. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider. Here's another classic comedy, just in case you missed it. See you next time at the Silver Age Cinema, where one movie is never enough.